This is the new Peugeot 5008, and before you say anything, no, it's not just another big SUV clogging up British roads. It actually feels a little bit different, because now the 5008 comes with more tech, more style, more practicality, most importantly, more electrification. But what I want to know, is this the best 7-seater out there? Now, when it comes to any new Peugeot, for me, the most impressive feat is its design. Peugeot have really spent time and effort in upgrading their looks department. I think they certainly have, because now the Peugeot range will come with new branding and this very signature and bold front grille. Even on electric vehicles, you still get some essence of a front grille, and that's what I like. A lot of car manufacturers now, when it comes to EV, just don't bother with a front grille and they can just look a bit plain. Peugeot thought, no, actually, we want some characteristics, we want this bold design. 5008 also carries that, because they'll have that signature LED light design and a few different sections in the front bumper. But ultimately, for a 7-seater, it kind of doesn't look like one on the exterior. And I think some people might like that. There's a lot of 7-seaters in the history of the automotive world that look a bit clunky and awkward. This doesn't. This looks good, it looks sharp and modern. And that design also carries on throughout the 5008, because in front its entry level, you'll get 19-inch alloy wheels up for a high spec, and they go up to 20 inches. But in front its entry level, you'll actually get some design. It won't just be a plain steel cap whacked on there to make it look a bit cheap, and it's obvious it's a base spec. You still get some nice design, but even the silhouette with that rear acoustic glass as well coming from standard, it almost doesn't feel like a 7-seater from its exterior look. You can notice the difference to a lot of mid-size or even large SUVs on the market, and if you do know about cars, then you probably can signal this is a 7-seater with just how extended this rear end is. But it doesn't look clunky, it doesn't look overly large, it does look sharp all the way throughout. I think it's fair to say that the 5008 certainly doesn't shy out when it comes to its driving capabilities, because with the all-electric version housing up to 430 miles of electric range, the plug-in variant providing 53 miles of all-electric driving and capabilities of getting the top miles per gallon of 122. So for those of you that might see the price tag of this 7-seater and think, well, 46,000 might be a bit steep for a Peugeot, you will also save money while out on the road. And as for the actual comfort and performance of the 5008, well, it still excels in that area. Across the trim levels, you can get a 0-60 in as little as 6.5 seconds if opting for the dual motor all electric variant. But even the hybrids or plug-ins can get 0-60 anywhere between 8.3 and 11.3, which I think for a large 7-seater is certainly fine. There's certainly quicker SUVs out on the market, but not ones that have this amount of practicality and space. And how does it actually feel? Well, it's certainly comfortable, especially with the fact you'll get heated seats and heated steering wheel, not just on the top spec, but across the different variants, as well as the amount of practicality that the tech provides you. That panoramic display is just so noticeable and easy to navigate through with this separate control panel down below. What I also like is you will get an onboard voice recognition system, so sometimes you won't have to fight through the navigation while you're trying to drive. You can let the voice do all the work. You'll also get so many safety features even from its entry level: lane keep assist, blind spot detection, hill start assist, cruise control, the list generally goes on. Oh, and not to mention reversing parking camera. So it's comfortable, it's spacious, it's practical. Yes, might not necessarily be high performing unless you opt for the dual motor, but it's certainly what you'd want out of a 7-seater. I don't think anyone can argue. And that upgrading design is certainly felt in the interior, which again, I think is another area that Peugeot put a lot of time and effort in, because now Peugeots are no longer just an affordable, practical vehicle where its interiors kind of have the bare necessities. They actually feel very premium and also unique. I mean, look at the landscape of this interior. It certainly feels something different. I think a lot of modern day cars, especially SUVs, especially EVs, just seem to have infotainment screen, steering wheel, a centre console, and maybe a bit of cream interior and flashing lights. This certainly feels something different, and I do like that. It feels like a proper car, but also modern, because even from its entry level, you'll get a 21-inch panoramic display, which incorporates your digital dash and infotainment screen. Your digital dash will obviously show all the information that you need to, traffic sign recognition, your speed, mile range, etc. But it can also house your built-in sat-nav. But what I do like about this whole tech arrangement is you're not having to just keep reaching over to control the infotainment screen. You also have a separate screen down here, which can just act as old school dials, shortcut buttons to navigate, but there's 3 different pages that you can swipe through to control the entertainment screen. That's not necessarily needed. It could have easily just done a row of buttons, but they've decided to treat you, so why not? And that will come from its entry level. What will also come from the base spec is wireless phone charger, ambient lighting, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you certainly get a lot for your money. Practicality is also there, because in this oddly shaped but very much useful center console, you'll get a separate drawer down here, deep pocket housing 2 USB-C chargers, 2 cup holders, and another deep pocket in the center. System won't run out of places to store things in the 5008, that's for sure. You will get the signature Peugeot small steering wheel, because in a car of this size, this is the same steering wheel you'd get in a 208, which is a small, sporty looking hatchback, which does feel strange, but I'm quite a fan of it, because when you take this out on the road, it doesn't feel like you're driving a 7-seater. Kind of feels like you're driving maybe a compact SUV that has a bit of sporty essence. And I think if you were someone who is in need of a 7-seater because you have a larger family, then you can still own a car that isn't going to make you feel like you're driving the local school bus. But I just think the design, the tech that comes with that entry level, even the shape and style of the seating, it's a good looking 7-seater, alright, which is also very spacious and practical. As for rear seating, you get so much legroom and also headroom in the back of the 5008. And what I love most is how upright you're actually sat. You don't feel that you're so low to the floor like quite a lot of SUVs, meaning you get good leg support, so you won't be getting backache on a long road trip. You also get rear privacy glass from the base spec, and I think just a nice addition are built-in sun visors. Storage space is there as well. Of course, you're going to get a little pocket at the back of the seats, decent amount in the doors, but also little storage down here, which houses rear climate controls and air vents. So rear passengers don't have to start an argument with the front passengers about what temperature they want. They've got their own controls. And of course, with this being a 7-seater, the second row is actually movable. So if you have taller people in the back because you want to switch around the organisation of where people are sat, you can bring the second row forward, or if you don't have anyone in the back, then you can enjoy all this legroom. Now, there are a lot of 7-seater SUVs out there on the market that almost feel like the 6 and 7-seater are an afterthought and kind of just been thrown in to give it that 7-seater title. The 5008 somewhat doesn't feel like that, because with the second row pushed all the way forward, however, the second row passenger will still have plenty of legroom. There's a decent amount of space. I wouldn't necessarily say I've got loads of room, but I'm also not squished. I think I'd be quite comfortable sat here, especially with your own cup holder. There isn't any storage pockets, but don't think necessarily need it. You suppose you could just be friendly with this person sat here and go, hang on a minute, give me a sweet, give me a drink. So storage wise back here, I kind of don't think is necessary, but I definitely wouldn't be cramped. You just got to hope this person doesn't move the seat backwards, because then it'd be a case of sitting like this. But the seating is still comfortable. You get a decent amount of headroom, and again, rear privacy glass, so you're not going to be blinded. For me, the Peugeot 5008 certainly outshines a lot of 7-seaters on the market when it comes to that interior look and exterior design. But where it kind of factually outshines its market rivals, rather than just a matter of opinion, is its boot capacity. Because even with the third row folded up, meaning you are a completely full car, you'll still get 348 litres of boot capacity. Put that into perspective, compare it to the Nissan X-Trail, when the third row seats are folded up, only leaves you with 177 litres. So still, you could do a weekly shop, you can put a couple of overnight bags, even if you had 7 passengers. But if you weren't using the third row and you had it folded down, then you would get a staggering 916 litres, which is almost too much space. And if it was just you and one other passenger, you get 2,232. You could move house with that amount of space. What I think is great about the 5008 is its sense of flexibility, because you will get 4 trim levels and also 3 powertrain options, with this car being available as a hybrid, plug-in hybrid or all-electric vehicle. With prices starting from just over £38,000, you'll get so many features from its entry level. And I also think that's great, especially considering a lot of the exterior and interior design details also come at the entry level. So the base spec isn't just going to be 4 wheels and a steering wheel, you'll actually get a lot of use out of it.